I think that like a life of joy is the best life, and I think surfing is like one of the most joyful things I know. It's nice to be kind of overpowered by something that's like so much bigger than myself, so it's a really good balance.
I think a lot of people lose sight of how important that balance is. I think it's easy to get bogged down in work and forget that we're not here to necessarily work our lives away.
I can't imagine having more fun taking my biggest passion in life and just getting better at it.
Learning to surf is very important for me. I learned at the age of 49. We have a 4-year-old daughter. Her name is Taylor. She's just now learning to swim, and she asked me the other night when I was talking to her, "Daddy, when am I going to learn to surf?" And I said, "What is surfing?" She says, "When you get on a board and glide on water." I was shocked by that one. I've been skiing now for a little bit over 30 years. Skiing is one of my love and passions. So after she learns to ski, possibly next year, she will learn to surf.
I'm really not much of a surfer. I grew up in Canada. We don't have a lot of exposure to surfing. I came here because it turned out to be a great opportunity to learn the sport as well as enjoy a sports vacation with some friends, and it's turned into a bit of an annual boys trip.
My sister and I came to Surf Simply back in April of this year. I was so devastated when I had to leave. I actually was crying then, and the day we got home, I said, "We have to rebook."
My dad taught me to surf when I was 14, and we went out all the time, and it was awesome. So many of my favorite memories are surfing, and I felt like my surfing had hit kind of a plateau, and I hadn't surfed in a little while before I came to camp, so I was a little bit nervous, like would I forget everything, and it worked out great.
So I got into surfing just last year. I came here for a week. The waves were huge. I didn't feel like I accomplished a whole lot, but I left here and I kind of fell in love with the ocean and the feeling of obviously riding a wave. And when you start surfing so late in your life, you wonder if you'll ever be good at this.
I got introduced when we were in Mexico to surfing one time, and I thought, boy, this is something I've got to learn, but then it was probably 10 years before I had the opportunity to do it again. And so when one of our editors came down to Surf Simply and wrote a story about it, and then a friend of mine that I went to college with had read the story and came right down to Surf Simply and told me, "Geez, we've got to go there. This place is just incredible." And so I said, all right, this is my window. I'm going to take advantage of this, and I'm going to learn how to surf. I don't care how old I am. Better late than never.
Most people start surfing or any sport earlier in life, and I started later in life. I've gone to a couple different surf schools, but I did a lot of research, and Surf Simply definitely seemed like they had the technical expertise that I needed.
Coming here to Surf Simply, a number of my friends questioned it, not questioned it in terms of don't go, but they questioned in terms of why now. And my response to them was why not now? That's a major motivation for me in life. Even though I'm very good at a lot of things, but to be very good at things you already know, where's the challenge?
I mean, a lot of us have been playing sports our entire lives. You get good at a sport and your learning curve starts to taper. I think all of us are at a stage of life where it's fun to learn something and have a really steep learning curve. And my learning curve is pretty steep right now. It's probably the steepest learning curve I have relative to the rest of my life. You work a lot, you start to get pretty good at your job, and you kind of know what you're doing. I come here and I don't really know what I'm doing.
You got to push yourself into that dome of I don't know anything. This is my first day. It's like a rookie.
It's great to be a beginner as an adult, and I think that we're talking about this in the water. I think more adults should be comfortable and excited about being beginners at things.
A lot of people probably have this idea that maybe they're too old, or maybe the ocean or water in general is frightening. Once you meet the owner and the entire staff, you just feel very relaxed and very confident that this is where I'm supposed to be.
In the world of surfing, there are not many African Americans who surf. There's a few, but not a lot. It's one of the things I want to do is I want to say do it. Don't be afraid.
It is such a fun sport. There's always a million things to work on. If you can get better at one or two, it's just really rewarding.
Because once you learn it, it is addicting.
The last time I left, I was upset because I felt like fear held me back, and when I got on the plane, I felt like I was leaving with a lot of regrets. I left a lot on the table, and I was not going to do that this time. So I did a lot to prepare myself mentally and physically. I've been working with a trainer, and I've been trying to pull motivational sayings that I pin to a board, and every day I go through and I remind myself of why I'm doing this again and what I want to get out of this week. And every morning this week, I got up early and I set get my attention for the day.
At first, I guess I was maybe a little disappointed that the waves weren't bigger. Once I learned about this place and learned that they're so focused on technique and skill building, it turned out that this was perfect. The smaller waves allowed me to practice surfing from a technical aspect rather than just going out there and surfing. And this has been much more of a concentrated learning effort.
The classes that they give are just absolutely amazing. They draw pictures, they show videos, and I'm a visual learner, so by the time I leave their classroom, I get exactly what I need to do or what I've done wrong.
I actually learned a really good life lesson this week because I would make a bunch of mistakes and some things would go well. And then we'd go into the theory session and just kind of be like, great, these 3 things went really well. These 4 things didn't go so well. Sometimes in life and like with people and emotions, it's a little bit harder to not take it personally or internalize it and just be like, great, I have an opportunity next time, I'm like ready to go nail it.
Being with Derek is pretty phenomenal. Not only is he an incredible coach that picks up on so many little things that help you become a better surfer, but he's probably the most positive human being on the planet.
We had the same coach. It was Fran. She's amazing. She's great. All the coaches are fantastic. It's amazing how positive, spinning things in a positive way all the time, but it just keeps you really motivated.
She finds the beauty in everything.
She's being honest, and she's also being really a wonderful human being by being able to find that thing that's the good thing that you did.
Being from Canada, I don't get the opportunity to surf very much, so one of the things that I'm looking for is just trying to get better and get a little bit more comfortable. My coach was Tommy, and I think he did a really great job of balancing in-class instruction and theory and then taking it out into the water. Whether you're a really good surfer or you're a beginner, I think he really was great in helping me improve my skills this week.
I was here just by myself, so I met everyone this week, and the camaraderie in just like a day or two is pretty incredible. We were laughing so much this week, whether it was falling off waves or for cheering for other people in the group.
Tonight, the last night was a lot of fun. It was more of a free surf, and so we all went out there with the goal of just having fun. It was a beautiful sunset. Everyone turned around, all smiles, and that was a blast. I think it was a great end to a great trip.
One of the most memorable moments for me is actually happening right now. We just finished this great sunset surf session, and we come back to the resort, and on the TV are these scrolling pictures of the entire week. Everyone in the room is glued to the screen and watching and cheering everyone's successes and laughing at some of the great memories. It's just such a great, happy moment.
Nosara has become a place I dream about. I'm waiting for my chance to come back here. Between kind of listening to nature, the howler monkeys, and the people here, and just being out near the ocean, it just leaves an imprint on your mind, and you just don't forget about it until you can come back again.
You know, I've traveled quite a bit myself, and to come to a place like this where they've thought of every little detail, that was really refreshing. To be able to come down and not have to worry about anything but having a good time, that's my style.
I think the thing that I'm going to miss the most is the people. They just feel like family to me. Everybody from Dennis to Andre, Will, my coach, everybody. Rue, Saturday night when we got here, I almost started crying, saying I just want to leave with no regrets. And then tonight he came to say goodbye and I started crying again because I just feel they're just a part of my heart.